Welcome back to Hashes and Numbers. I'm Thomas. I'm here with my co-host,
Justin Kim.
and today we're going to be previewing Week 9 of the NFL season, officially marking the halfway point of our 18-week season. And then we're going to be doing our mid-season All-Pro teams. But first, let's get into the preview. Thursday night, we got
Yep, let's get into
Thursday we got Baltimore Ravens
it.
at Miami Dolphins. Baltimore's -7.5 right now. Assuming Lamar comes back, who do you have in this one?
You said -7 for the spread, right?
Yeah, -7.
Yes.
Hmm.
Minus, it's not the .5 hook, right?
Or -7.5 actually. I'm seeing 7.5.
Pro- Oh, and a half. I still probably roll with the Ravens, you know. They look pretty good against the Bears, the defensive wise. And yeah, I think the offense is gonna start getting into the role, but I think it'll be close. But at the end, I just think Ravens will come out with the win and maybe kick like a field goal at the end where they give us the little hook, in my opinion.
The Dolphins are coming off a pretty convincing victory. That being said, I do like the Ravens and Lamar. Thursday night, short week. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. Next game we have is the Bears traveling to Cincinnati. Bears -2.5. Who do you have in this one?
Yeah, I probably roll with the Chicago Bears. They lost the Taiwan to the they lost a pretty awful game to the Baltimore Ravens. And from what I'm hearing, that Jake Browning is gonna be the QB1 for this game, I'm pretty sure. So I'll roll with the Bears money line and the spread. You know, yeah.
Yeah, I do like the Bears to bounce back in this one. Give me the Bears -2.5. Next game is the Vikings traveling to Detroit. Detroit's -8.5 point favorites. Who do you have in this one?
What was the spread again?
-8.5.
Hmm. I probably have the Vikings spread for this one. I think it'll be close. You know, JJ McCarthy coming back. He might look a little rusty, but I like this Vikings offense to be honest. And you know, NFC North matchups are pretty close always, in my opinion.
Yeah, for me, I can't bet against the Lions. The Lions are the team right now in the NFC, along with the next team we're talking about, the Packers. But I gotta go with the Lions. They're clicking on all cylinders, especially if their defense gets healthier. I don't know. JJ hasn't been great this year, so he gotta show it to me at this point before I can ride with them. Big spread here. Packers 12.5 point favorites against the Panthers. Who do you have in this one?
Is Bryce Young playing this week?
I would check that. I think he's questionable right now. Um, I'll get an upgrade, but if he is playing, who do you have?
I mean, like winning wise, I think it'll be the Packers, but you know, the spread wise, if it's -12, like what you said, I think I'll rule with the Panthers if, you know, he's playing. Bryce is playing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm still riding with the Packers in this one. Um, I don't know. The Panthers are so inconsistent. Like they'll show out one week and then the next week they won't do as well. Um,
Yeah.
well, right now Andy Dalton's on the injury report is questionable. I don't see Bryce Young is on there as questionable. Um, are you seeing anything with Bryce Young?
No, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I think he practiced. Well, okay. They're gonna make a decision on whether or not he's gonna get whether or not he's gonna get the start, but he did practice fully, so take that how you will.
Yeah, I think what the Panthers will cover the spread.
Okay. The next game we got is the Chargers traveling to Tennessee, 9.5 point spread. For me, this is a Chargers one from Chargers victory for me. I think they have to get back on track. I think this is the week, Justin Herbert's got to kind of show, especially against a lighter opponent, show like what he was showing for the first part of the season. Um, And the Titans, I don't know. I can't take the Titans, even though it's a 9.5 point spread. They got destroyed last week in a huge spread against the Colts. I don't know if this is any better.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably take the minus 9.5. This Tennessee team's it just looks awful. Cam Ward is showing a little bit of promise in my opinion, but it's not there yet. For the Chargers, they lost a few in a row, bounced back week against the Vikings, and offense is just rolling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, next game we have, sorry, the next game we have is the Patriots hosting the Falcons.
hmm
Patriots are 5.5 point favorites. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah. I'll probably roll with the Falcons if Drake and both Penix is playing this one. They lost a brutal one last week. Uh, Wait, who are they going against? They lost to the Dolphins, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they lost a brutal one. Patriots are good. Drake May is showing out every week. Defense is also showing out, but I really like this Falcons offense as well. And yeah, I think they'll come out on top.
I'm on the flip side, and this is my lock of the week. I have the Patriots at home -5.5. I just don't think this Falcons team tra is going to travel, especially if Penix isn't 100% even if he plays, or if London's not 100% if he plays. And I like this Patriots team to continue rolling. They have a pretty light schedule right now. I don't see why they'd stop here. This is one where I think they roll to a victory, maybe a double-digit victory.
Yeah.
Next one, banged up Giants now with both their young stars down, facing a banged up Niners squad who's missing key defensive pieces. Who do you have in this one?
What's the spread for this one?
-2.5 for the Niners.
I probably will roll with the Niners. They also lost the awful game last week. And the Giants, they're all banged up. Malik Neighbors is out now for the year, which we known, but the rookie Cam Skadaboo is also injured, which just I think it'll bring down the energy level of the
Mhm.
locker room.
I
While
agree
like the
with
net,
you.
yeah, while like the Niners are just continue to win in my opinion, as of last week, the
Yeah, I
Texans.
agree. I just don't know if Purdy's playing or not. I mean, it's been a couple weeks now where we think Purdy might come back. He doesn't come back. Either way, I'm still going with the Niners. I just think the Giants, a lot of hope is lost, but they are looking for next season already. They're looking at the draft.
Yeah.
Next game, this is my underrated, like basically game of the week because I know there's a better game later for the late slate, the last game of the day. But this is one of those games where I'm looking at like, hey, this could be a big game. It's the Colts traveling to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh always a difficult place to play, but the Colts right now are rolling. They're firing all cylinders. Their offense is historically good. Their defense has been pretty good, and the Steelers defense can't stop anything. Um, yeah, who do you have in this one?
Yeah, I have the Colts winning this one. The Steelers just don't look good right now. I think some people was assuming this, their offense is just their online is just awful, and they don't have that much wide receivers that is reliable. Well, for the Colts, like Jonathan Taylor is just crazy right now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll meet you there. I got the Colts -3 in the hook. The Steelers team is on the decline. I don't know. This is not the week where I see them stopping their little slide. I think they continue to open the door for the division. Give me the Colts in this one. Next one, you got Denver traveling to Houston. Houston's actually favored by 1.5 in this one, according to the site I'm looking at. Who do you like in this one?
this is my upset of the week. I mean, we could count it, right?
Yeah, we'll count it. I mean, they're underdogs in this, I guess.
Upset of the week, the Denver Broncos winning this one. Like PS2 is out, but they're getting Hufanga back, which helps the defense. And just the secondary is the secondary. Well, no one's banged up on the defensive side. Yeah. I
Hmm.
just like the defense Broncos defense. Denver Broncos defense against the Texans offense. Even though CJ Stroud is showing a little bit of promise, like last week. But yeah, I think it'll be close though.
Yeah, this is me a battle of the defenses. I do worry that Surtain's not playing this week. He's
He's
candidate
out.
for
He's
Yeah,
out like 4-6.
he's a candidate for the
Yeah.
IR, which does worry me a little bit. Um, I'm gonna go with the Broncos here. I don't like it, but I think I have to lean Broncos. Maybe if the Texans win this week, they'll sway me to go back on them. But I think it was a 1 week fluke against the Niners last week. Um, I think this Broncos offense is just more like slightly more powerful than the Texans are, even though the Texans defense is better than the Broncos. But yeah, give me the Broncos at the end of the day, plus 1.5.
Yeah.
Next game, the Raiders hosting the Jaguars. They are 3.5 point underdogs, so Jaguars are favored by three in the hook.
I'll roll with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was off the train for a little bit, but we'll see this week. Brian Thomas should be healthy, I'm assuming. The Raiders' offense is just not it with Geno Smith. I I'll probably take the Raiders to lose every game, but for like prediction wise.
Mhm.
But the Jaguars, I think they're still a playoff team. Their offense got to show out a little bit, and Travis Hunter might have a big day coming.
Yeah, I actually I'm taking the other side. I'm taking the Raiders plus 3.5 for my upset of the week. Um, both teams coming off a bye. But the Jaguars got travel across the country. I think Pete Carroll, I mean, I'm looking right now at his record off the bye, and he does pretty well off the bye week. I don't know. I just think I don't trust this Jaguars team as much right now, especially if Brian Thomas isn't fully healthy. Um, yeah, so give me the Raiders for the upset of the week. I think this is one of those trap games where the Raiders maybe steal one. Give the fans some hope before they fall down a little bit.
Yeah.
Next one, huge spread, 13.5 for the Rams hosting the Saints. Who do you have in this one?
I'll probably roll with the Rams. The Saints lost by 20 last week to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are a good team, such so as the Rams. They also have is that how you say his name? The new quarterback? How do you say his
Shuck.
Shuck. They have Shuck starting now, which, is never good, but yeah. I think the Rams will cover this. Puka comes back, coming off the bye, and they'll come out with all the energy this game.
You mentioned it, Tyler Shuck starting, which is why I'm taking the Saints plus 13.5. Okay. If you think about all the young quarterbacks to start this year, right?
Hmm.
Dylan Gabriel, his first start, right? He kept it close against the Vikings. Jackson Dart, his first start, was that the Eagles game that he started first?
I don't think so.
Either way, he beat the Eagles and he's been keeping games close.
Yeah.
Give me the same thing. I think the Saints keep it close. I do think the Rams win this game. I'm not taking the Saints to win this game, but I think the new QB bump is real, right? Just like the head coach bump. I got the QB bump for the Saints. Give me the Saints plus 13.5 here.
Interesting. I mean, they could even move the ball last week with Shuck, so
I know, but it's a new A. They named him the new starter. New QB bump is real. The other team just doesn't know what to do to plan for. Last week when he came in, they were already down. They knew he was gonna pass. This is a new
yeah.
bump. You don't know what he's
Mhm.
gonna do. And then this is potentially probably what I'm assuming your game of the week is Chiefs Bills in Orchard Park. Who do you have?
Yeah, I'm shocked how this is not a Sunday night football game, but this is my game of the week. Kansas City, their offense been looking sharp. Patrick Mahomes been looking great this year. Buffalo Bills is coming off the bye, looking for.
No, they played the
Did they
Panthers
win?
last week. They beat the
Oh
Panthers
yeah,
last
yeah.
week.
Okay, but yeah, Josh Allen is looking for revenge against Patrick Mahomes. I think the Bills will play close and win this one. Yeah, I'm just not in the huge like hype train, but yeah,
hmm
with Pacheco probably being out, Kareem Hunt will have to like carry the load, which yeah we'll see, but that might be iffy.
Yeah. I don't know. The Bills always win these regular season games, and then when it comes to playoff time, they don't win. Um, which makes me want to take the Bills. Looking at Pacheco right now, his injury report. I'm interested to see if he plays or not because he isn't practicing, but there's a possibility he still plays. I'm gonna take the Bills plus 1.5 here, just because based off the track record, Josh Allen does really good in regular season, big matchups. And the reason why this isn't Sunday night, I think, is because CBS wanted this game.
I don't know. It's better than this next one that we're about to, explain.
Yeah,
Right now.
Sunday night football game, Seahawks traveling to the Commanders. Seahawks are only 3.5 point favorites. Who do you have in this one?
Yeah, Seahawks offense is looking good. Sam Darnold, JSN, in the running game. I think the Seattle will take business and Washington. Terry's out for this week, from what I'm hearing,
Yeah,
and
he got ruled out.
Debo's gonna have to step up. I don't know if Jaden Daniels playing, but yeah, give me the Seattle Seahawks.
Hmm. Um, yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks as well. I think we're assuming Daniels is not going to play. Um, Even though they're going to give him a full week of practice, so I mean it's possible, I guess, that he comes back. That's why the line's so short. But without Terry, Debo having to lean on Debo, and last week he just did not look that great. So I'm taking the Seahawks. The Seahawks play really well on the road as well. So yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks.
Hmm.
And then the Monday game, Cowboys 2.5 point favorites against the Cardinals. Who do you have in that one?
The last game I have the Dallas Cowboys winning. They lost the tough one. They got blown out by the Denver Broncos. The offense will just shine in this game. Yeah,
Yeah, Cowboys at home. I think they play really well at home, so I'm taking 2.5 with the Cowboys.
yeah, I agree.
Any other thoughts of bold predictions for this week for the preview?
Looking back, I haven't said luck of the week. I'll probably give it to the Bears because Jake Brown is gonna have to start. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't
yeah.
have a prediction for this week. Bold
What's your
prediction
luck?
for this week. My lock of the week was the what was it? Um, the Patriots,
Oh, the Patriots. Okay.
five and a
All right,
half.
and then you said bold prediction, right?
Do you have any? I don't have any for this week.
Yeah. Let me come up with one. Hold up. Can I? I'll probably go with Travis Hunter. Crazy game.
Damn,
I'll
you
say
going
like,
back to him after the last bold prediction failed?
yeah, but not with defensive side. I'll go 6, 7 catches. Is that good or
7 catches. How many yards?
for like 100 yard
Okay.
and then a touchdown?
All right. We'll put that in there. Um, so we get into the bulk of the episode, which is our mid-season all-pro teams. So what we did was I did um one NFC, one AFC for each category except for the receiver. I gave two receivers for both sides. Um, so you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, we'll start off at quarterback. Who was your all-pro quarterbacks for AFC and NFC?
AFC, I have Patrick Mahomes. He's balling out. His touchdown ratio is 17-4, which is pretty good. And like, I never liked Patrick Mahomes, but yeah, he's fun to watch right now. He's just
Hmm.
slinging it down deep and looking for ways to get the ball completed. And then for NFC side, I have Dak Prescott. He's
Hmm.
just he's like the same version of Patrick Mahomes, where he's just going off every single game from what it looks like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you have?
I could definitely see Mahomes getting that. For my AFC, I have Drake May. He's throwing the deep ball so well right now. Only 3 interceptions, and he has 15 touchdowns. And I think he has a couple on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. Rushing yards. Yep, he has two on the ground this year, 250. So his combination of passing and rushing, I just think he has the Patriots at 6-2, which put me over the top versus Mahomes. I know this isn't the team like kind of award, but I gotta give Drake May a bunch of credit. He's balling out right now. He's leading this team way ahead of schedule. And for my NFC, I have Matthew Stafford. Um, he's old. He came in the season with potential back issues, right? Touchdown to interception ratio right now. I believe he's tied, if not, yeah, he's tied for the lead in touchdowns and only has 2 interceptions. So, I gave it to Matthew Stafford. this team is elite right now, and he's doing stuff that we haven't seen in a while from him.
Yeah.
Moving on to running backs, I think this one, the AFC one's pretty consensus. Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I'll speak on him. Jonathan Taylor's been amazing this year. He leads the league in pretty much every rushing category, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I'm gonna get these stats real quick. He has 850 yards rushing, which is almost 100 more than anyone else. He has 12 rushing touchdowns, which is three more than anyone else. And I mean, this he hasn't lost a fumble. He's been carrying this Colts team to the best record in the league. That's what I got on Jonathan Taylor. I think he's easily the
Yeah, and
AFC.
yeah, and he also averages almost 6 yard per run,
Hmm
5.9.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's a pretty obvious one. And then for the NFC, I'm interested to see who you have. Who do you have for the NFC?
It was close between, Bijan Robinson
Hmm
and Christian McCaffrey, but I'm rolling with Bijan Robinson. He's probably top three running back this year. He looked good on the ground, and I chose him because he's also like a threat receiving back, which is
hmm
very helpful for Penix. Yeah.
Yeah. I went with the other guy. I went with Christian McCaffrey. He's second in the league right now in receptions, not among running back, just among everybody, second in the league in receptions. Um, and rushing wise, like he's been carrying this banged up Niners team. This Niners team still, above 500 because of McCaffrey. There's a possibility that McCaffrey goes, 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, which would be absolutely crazy. Um, so with that, that's why I'm taking Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
Um,
makes sense.
let's go with the NFC receivers first because I think there's a consensus one there. Who do you have for your
NFC,
NFC? Yeah, your NFC receivers.
the best wide receiver this year, in my opinion. I have James and as my receiver one, and then for wide receiver two, he's injured, but I still go with Puka Nacua.
Okay. I have Jason as well, leading the league in receiving yards. But number two, I have George Pickens. With CD being out, George Pickens has carried the load. I think he leads the NFC in receiving touchdowns, or second in the NFC in receiving touchdowns. Um,
Hmm.
and he's right now second in the NFC in receiving yards. So I gave my nod to Pickens in this one.
Yeah, I was thinking about Pickens too, but I think it's Puka.
Moving on to the AFC, we'll get through the first one easy. Jamar Chase, both of us probably have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Jamar
mean,
Chase,
go ahead, go ahead.
Jamar Chase start Jamar Chase started slow with Jake Browning, but after Joe Flacco joined, he's averaging like 12 targets a game from what I think. And from looking at the stat, he's number one in reception and number two in yards, which, is crazy after
hmm
having a slow start.
Yeah, you kind of hit on it.
Yeah.
So I'll name my number two. The number two I have is Michael Pittman Jr. Right now, in terms of AFC ranks, he's third in receptions. He's, hold on. Yeah, third in receptions. He's top 10 in yards, and then he is leading in touchdowns. So I gave Michael Pittman the nod here, especially with the Colts being so good. I think that one pushed me over some of the other choices, such as Jalen Waddle, such as Zay Flowers, Keenan Allen is an option. Um, yeah, among those, I think Michael Pittman deserves a nod there.
Yeah, makes sense. For my AFC one, this is a crazy take, but I went Cortland Sutton, The Broncos been looking good offensively. If w- like yeah, they've been looking good when Sutton been going off. He has only three touchdowns, but he he's just I don't know how to say it, but he makes a lot of good contested catch. And he's very reliable in the clutch time from what we saw against the Giants. And yeah, he's top 10 and receiving yard wise.
Hmm. This is one I definitely think could change by the end of the year. Just like based off so many, there's like a clear one, and then there's a bunch of like twos. Guys, you could argue for two. So I think this is one that could change by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Both of our choices. Tight end, I think this one's pretty unanimous for both sides actually. So you name yours just to see if there's any surprises, but I have a feeling I'm gonna agree with you.
I was deciding Kelsey or Tyler Warren, but I'll probably roll with Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end that the Bears could have picked. But yeah, Tyler Warren looks like like receiving one in the Colts offense right now. He's just reliable, and that's why I think it's him. What do you think?
Yeah, who's your NFC one real quick?
My NFC one, I had Tucker Craft.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
speak on both of them because I have the same two guys. Tucker Craft's been crazy. He's been amazing, and I think this week really kind of, I mean, maybe, recency bias, but that week he had this week against the Steelers, put me over the top there, especially with Jake Ferguson not only getting one target, no catches. And then I agree, Tyler Warren's my tight end. Um, Same thing with like why I chose Drake May. Tyler Warren is the guy in a Colts offense that's one of the most efficient in the league history.
Hmm.
And as a rookie, I mean, this is exactly who we thought he would be out of Penn State. Why a lot of people thought he would be the first tight end off the board. And we really liked him at Indy. So he's showing off that. Yeah, Tyler Warren's my pick for the AFC.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who you have. We did O-line just because, I'll be honest, I'm not a big O-line guy myself. Um,
Hmm.
who do you have for the O-line?
Yeah, I went with the Denver Broncos. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it, but this is a post from a Broncos site.
Hmm.
But it says the Broncos are the first team in NFL history to have 30 plus sack and allow fewer than 10 sack, which, their O-line is just amazing. It's like consistent. It's been amazing last year too, and it's capable of holding like the Bo Nix, and it's also been opening a little bit more room for J.K. Dobbins. Yeah,
Yeah, I got a question for you. How many teams do you think fit the first part or the second part of
probably like three teams.
that have a lot less than 10 sacks?
Yeah,
Right now I'm counting 8 teams right now that have a lot less than 10 sacks. Unless I'm
interest
mistaken,
eight.
eight.
Is
Um,
the 35 plus sacks the most impressive part then, from what
I
I'm
mean that's my
assuming?
opinion. I think that's the best part of like that stat, the 35 sacks. I'm looking right now. I'm trying to like take a look right now to see if I can go through some of the team stats, but I'm seeing 8 teams right now that have allowed less than 10 sacks or have allowed less than 10 sacks this year.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, for me, I think it has to be the Colts. They have the leading rusher. They've allowed less than 10 sacks as well. They have the leading rusher in the NFL. And I think both the Colts rushing game and the passing game is better than the Broncos this season. Um, That's why I think, in my opinion, this has to go to the Colts. This one to me, I thought was unanimous as well, but seeing what you sent in to me there, yeah, this is I feel like this one was a Colts award. I mean, Daniel Jones right
interesting.
now is fourth in the league in passing, right?
Yeah,
Has all day to throw, and then you have Jonathan Taylor leading the league by over 100 yards rushing.
by Hutch.
I
Yeah,
mean, I I I don't know if you've seen on Twitter, but there's like a picture going around where Jonathan Taylor has a hole where it's like I could run through that. Me,
yeah.
a
Yeah.
guy, an average guy, not a athletic freak. I can run through that and get 5 yards there. So if you're doing that, I think you earned the offensive line of the year so far. Who
Hmm.
do you have for the NFC?
I had the Lions.
I have the Lions as well. I think what they do with protecting the quarterback in Jared Goff. They do so much there, right? Another team that's allowed
Hmm.
less than, or they've allowed 13 sacks, but creating holes for Montgomery and Gibbs, I think, and then just doing so much with the screen game with like creativity. I think the Lions deserve that one.
Yeah.
Moving on, who are the edges that you have?
I had Miles Garrett and Brian Burns. I think it's a pretty clear one.
Yeah, I have Miles Garrett as well. He has 10 he's leading the league with 10 sacks, tied with Brian Burns. My other edge though, I gave it to Micah Parsons. I think the amount of pressure he's created, the amount of chaos he's created, especially in Green Bay with such a good defense,
Hmm.
put me over the edge for Brian Burns. I think Brian Burns, he gets his sacks, but I think part of that's also just like him being allowed to just kind of go rush the quarterback. I think Micah
Yeah.
Parsons does a lot more all around, which gave him the edge for me. Linebackers, I think we both have the same two guys, Jordan Brooks, Bobby Wagner. Both guys are
Yeah.
tackling machines. Um, they're kind of anchoring their defensive units. The Dolphins aren't that great, and the Commanders have been all right, but their middle linebackers in the middle there are solidifying both sides.
Hmm.
And then for the DBs, I'm interested to see who you have. For the NFC, or sorry, for the AFC, I think we both have Surtain.
Yeah.
Who do you have for the NFC?
I asked you, you said safeties were allowed. I
Hmm.
went with Kevin Byard. He's he's let me pull up his stats, but he's been a ball hawk this year, and I think he has a few tackles as well. He's just been a ball hawk this year, which helps. Yeah, number one for interceptions, but only has 26 tackle, which, he's been very helpful for the Bears defense, like during the winning stretch, in my opinion.
Hmm. The
Yeah,
guy I have is AJ Terrell. I had to look this one up, but I think he's one of the least targeted cornerbacks, and he has a really efficient pass rating against. So that's why I gave it to AJ Terrell. I think the Falcons defense, like a low-key underrated defense there. I really like what he's done so far. And
yeah.
then the kickers, who do you have?
I have Cameron Dicker, and then I have Brandon Aubrey.
I have Aubrey as well. That one's pretty obvious. I think
Yeah.
one of the best offenses. But for kickers, I have Nick Folk as my second one. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I'm confirming this right now. I don't think Nick Folk has missed the kick yet. Um, Obviously, knock on wood, not trying to jinx it, but he's been the only bright spot on that Jets team. Yeah, Nick Folk has not missed the kick yet, and he's second right now in field goals made. So that one gives me the edge there.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next week for the review. See ya.
Yep. See ya.